I'm glad that some of you are very interested still, because I see lots of, because at the first call everybody is I want to do it, but when they learn there is no silver bullet, people start running away from that. It will happen, it will take time, and it will require consistency and some discipline. So I think it's a combination of lots of factors. So let me hear from you how you have been doing, all of you. How are things? Did you make any progress, or like how are just like trying to understand like where are we? And if you guys can share your pictures or videos, that will be better. Then I feel that I'm talking to someone, not I'm talking to some like memes, but I'm talking to real persons. So just want to hear from everybody, and then I will walk you through the breathing techniques, how to do that. I have created a video also, I'll post that, but it's better to show it in person. And then somebody asked about some knee issues, so I'll talk about those also. I think that was Shweta, or maybe somebody asked about that.
That was me, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so anybody wants to go first? How did you feel by making those small? They were not major changes, but they were very small changes. But everything counts. So I want to hear if anybody has benefited, or even if it didn't benefit, at least if it may make you feel good or make you feel bad or whatever. I want to hear those and then work based on that.
I can probably get started. Thank you for
Sure.
So I think the way probably at least listening to your session was very helpful, I would say. And the way you told all of us, what I tried to do was to slow down a little bit,
yeah,
and keeping track of the heart rate in every split. And, in fact, today it was so hot in Texas. So, even today I tried like, okay, I was running at some pace. I saw my heart rate going above 140. I started. So, just to bring it down in that zone of 120 to 140, so that eventually, hopefully, as you've been saying, I'm sure it will help us to increase the pace without pushing the heart rate too high. So thank you for all those nice guidance which you have been giving.
That's good to hear. That's very. That's like, I think you made my day, I would say. So because the one good endorsement is really good. That and what I will do is I have created some workouts on the running where it basically start flashing like which is HR based workouts. The first mile I keep it like first mile is like a experiment. So it's like just warming up your body. So don't focus on anything. Just keep running. I would say go 30 to 60 seconds slower than your CP pace in the first mile. After that, whatever is your workout, divide it in such a way that the very first mile you try to go at a minimal heart rate, which is zone 2. I would say 125, like 120 to 130, if that's doable. Or then the second mile, make it 125 to 140, and just I think try to see, and then maybe keep another mile with the 130 to 150 at the max, or 45. I wouldn't even go 50. So moment it starts going there, your watch will start flashing. It's high, and then you slow down. I think that way you don't have to manually keep looking at it. It'll automatically start signaling you. So those are the kind of workouts which I have been following. So those are really good. And now I learned from Anand and from Arvind and from Coach Annie, that there is a method. It's a methodology. Actually, I just tried it on my own, so I didn't know there's a proper method. Somebody has created a method around that. So there's a technique. I don't know the name, but this is a particular technique which people use to like manage their speed. So I think speed relates to the going up of the heart rate. So I think that's what you need to control. And running slow could be difficult sometimes because most of the people are not used to that. But going slow is the key, and that basically will develop your cardiovascular system. Any other?
So, Coach, I have a question on that one. So the thing is, when it's okay when you have a reasonably flat course and all. But so for the first mile, when you say that go at a certain heart rate, which is minimal, right? So let me give an example, right? So yesterday I ran in this Central Park, right? There was a race in Central Park, so I ran there. So they start at Harlem Hills, which is the which is the one with most elevation in the park, right? I mean, inside 1 mile, you go 100 feet up, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, about like 0.5 miles, in fact, you go 100 feet up, right? So things like that, I mean, so when you throw the elevation into the question, into the equation, everything changes,
Yep.
right? I mean, so how do you really handle that? I mean, if there is a hill coming, for example, and if you have planned your heart rate at 140, at least for me, there is no way. I mean, even if I'm walking, the heart rate will be more than 140.
Yeah.
So the thing is, do we just walk out all the hills?
No.
That's what.
Yeah, okay, so there are two. We can answer this in two ways. One is this, like the typical matrix and all, or the methodology which you use is for the assuming everything is you're running on a plain surface. Okay, let's say the hills come in the picture. Yeah, things course will change, everything will change, and accordingly you need to adjust your pace. You will be slowed. You will be slowing down, and sometimes you might have to walk also, because sometimes it's so tolling, especially when you're running long races and you have run a full
Right.
marathon. You know that. So you might have to walk also. So yeah, there is nothing is set in stone. Only thing is you might go beyond your heart rate. I'm not saying that that's a deadline, you have to stop there, because that's a guideline.
Right.
That's a guideline. You just try to see if you can slow down, because that way, because what we are trying to do is train our heart to basically get accustomed to different levels of difficulties. So that's what is the key goal. So sometimes you might have to slow down, sometimes you might have to speed up also, because sometimes I see that even if I'm like running pretty fast, this heart rate is very low, and suddenly I think after a while it picks up. So it all
Yeah.
depends. So
Yeah,
again,
it's mostly towards the later miles, right? Even if it's a downhill,
yeah.
towards the later miles, the heart rate will always go up.
Yeah, so
Right. I mean, so
downhills, I have a suggestion. So downhills, I would say, if possible, try to walk or slow down, because when you come down,
okay.
that's the time when you get the most toll on your knees, and maximum people get hurt on the knees, because when you're coming downhill, because that gives 2 or 3 times more pressure on your knees. I have experienced this firsthand, and when I started my first season itself, then I used to talk to Bala, and then he explained me that
Right.
because going up is still okay, because your body is leaning backwards, so knees are not getting that pressure. When you come down, everything is focused on your knees, and especially try to avoid also to interlock your knees. Like, when I teach those squats, I always say that keep your knees a little bit bent, don't make it like straight always, because once you interlock, then that basically there is a like then the bones basically try to touch each other. So try to keep it slightly like bent when you are coming even downhill. So that is the key.
Right.
So be careful while coming downhills. We'll talk that more in the subsequent classes, especially which are focused on the strength training. But I just wanted to cover this as it came up. Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
Anybody else on anything else? Any other?
Yeah.
Hi, Ram.
I am still working through it because like this is my second season and I work with Coach Saurabh and he knows it. Like I'm one of those whose heart rate is typically high. Like I'm walking 110. The minute I start running slow, right? I'm at like 13, 14 pace. It hits 140. Like
Okay.
it doesn't stay down. So I've been very conscious this whole week. Like yesterday, I had my long run as a 6 miler. The first 1.5 mile was very good. My good is like if it's 150, it's good for me. So
Fine.
I keep it there. But and I think the heat, I'm in Texas too. So I have definitely seen the difference when I run in 80s versus 90 plus. My heart rate just goes up. But this whole week, the minute it goes, I have my settings in Galway too. The minute it goes over 165, I'm like, I stop, I walk.
Yeah.
The last 2 months yesterday was really hard. Like I was walking, like every 0.3 miles I had to stop and walk. And I'm not going too fast, right? My fast is still like, I can run fast, but because of my heart rate, I keep it to like around 11, 40, 12. But
So
during the week I ran earlier, like at 7 a.m., just the 3 miles, it was so much better. Like I kept it under 165 the whole time. So I'm trying. I'm hoping it will get better as it cools down.
yeah, so what I would suggest is that for you, 11 you think is slower. I would say you reduce your speed another like
Yeah,
minute.
11 is my like the fastest pace, like right, like the fastest today.
So yeah, try to do when this thing comes up, go 12 or
Yeah.
13, because the whole point
Yeah.
is basically train yourself. And the other thing is split your runs into like 0.2 and 0.1 miles.
Yeah.
Like 0.2 mile run, then
Yeah.
0.1 mile walk, especially in the horrible heat conditions. And Houston, I know. So it's really humid, and that can really be difficult. And also drink a lot of water.
Yeah,
Hydrate.
I have water. Yeah.
And take some juice. In Costco, you get some carrot juice pack of 3. So take those
Yeah.
and fill it up
Okay.
and while running, drink that, because that really helps a lot.
Okay. We'll try that.
Okay.
Yep.
And
did you say carrot juice?
yeah, carrot juice
Is
Costco
it carrot juice? Okay.
Costco में fresh section में मिलता है. It's very nice.
Okay.
Well, best is if you can make your own, like I have made, but if not, then
Right.
I'll
So
send
you drink it during the run or after or before?
I take it before the run also, but right now I'm not running more than 10 miles. So once it goes beyond that, like 10 miles, then I carry one bottle with me, and 6 miles, then 12 miles, I keep sipping that. So that gives.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
nice to know.
Yeah. So I'll send the recipe of this also. If you can make it yourself, that is the best. You can have the control on the ingredients, and you can more the beetroots. I think the better it's for your blood circulation and heart. So I think beetroots are really they help in boosting the oxygen level supply. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else from anybody?
I have one question more.
Yeah.
I'm doing this low heart train for like last couple of months. I'm trying before even joining the group.
Okay.
My first season with WHB. My question, right? You said something that got struck me, that the breathing part.
Yeah, I'm
You
coming.
said like this. I'm really interested in that one because
Well,
I'm seeing the progress, but I want to go like the next level. Actually, I know the breathing makes the difference.
I had created a video, but I didn't want to release the video without giving the demo. So I'm going to show you now. That's why I'm asking if anybody has any questions, or else we can have a quick breathing demo. So if you're not sure, if you still not get it, I will see. I think practice will make you perfect. So keep trying, and speed. Don't worry about the speed. Accuracy is the better. How to do with the right technique. I think that's the key thing. Okay. So I'll just give a demo in 5 minutes. So I'll come to that in the breathing. Anything else from anybody? Okay. Did everybody buy the chest straps or no?
Yeah, I have it already.
Okay. If anybody else doesn't have it, hi Moni, you should all buy a chest strap, because that way at least you can eliminate whether it's the watch or is the chest, is it you what is causing this issue. Okay. So now I think let's talk about the breathing. So there are 3 types of breathings. So let me start here, put it somewhere so that you can see me properly. Okay, let us see. You can pin my video, so that may give you a better visual. Let us see. Yeah, I think this is good. Sorry, actually, I didn't even get time to remove my socks after the run. So, okay. So, okay, that's fine. I think we can live with this. So, I think the best thing is you sit in a cross-leg position, okay? And the technique is you throw your breath out with the force, okay? So it's like this. So when you do this, your stomach should go in. That means you're emptying everything, and it should come out of your lungs, all the oxygen, carbon dioxide, whatever is accumulated there. Just forcefully exhale it and then inhale it voluntarily. So when you inhale, your stomach will go in, come out, okay? So that's filled up with that. So it's simple, like just do this. Let me pin my video also so that people can see that later in the recording also, because pin my video, hold on. Pin, okay, so now I think it will be a big picture. You're sitting like this, then so you must be seeing my stomach going in and out. So the thing is, it has to go in and out. So, okay, so otherwise when you're done, like with throwing it out all the way, let's say you're doing 50 breaths. So once you are done with that, then squeeze it all the way in, pull your lower organs, everything upwards, and bring your chin on your chest. Okay, so this will be, let's say this is the last breath. So keep holding it for a while, as long as you can. So what it does is it pulls all the inner muscle. As you grow old, like I think your reproductive organs, everything starts going towards because the gravitation. So I think it has other benefits also. It helps you in making endurance and all. So I think overall this is called Mool Bandh. So if you don't get it in the first go, it will take some time, and we can have few more sessions on this. Okay, so this is the one with breathing. Okay, now the second one is same thing, but when you end, you move your stomach in and out. So let's say 50, 10, 20, 30, whatever you do. I do normally 300 of each every alternate day. So I think that's the level you should try to achieve, but it's not going to happen overnight. So start with 50, then 50 for each breath, and then try to go 60, 70, 80. So I think this will really help. The second one, which I'm going to teach now, that basically helps in increasing the capacity of your lungs. So, okay, same thing again, breathe in, breathe out, and finally at the last breath, we'll keep our, get our stomach in and out, okay? So what you doing is you are massaging your intestines. So like, oh, you have seen India में जो है लस्सी बनाते हैं ना जैसे, like you're like rotating everything inside. So it's like this. It goes in and then try to basically shake up all the intestines. Okay, that's the second way. Third way is like same thing, moving in and out, but move to the right, like right and the left. So I think you move your bowl to the left and right, and you can't do it like with just your stomach. So I think you, whenever you have to do it right, press the right knee and then left knee. So what it does, it helps you moving your stomach both ways. Okay, so let me show you that also. It will be real quick. So these are the called cardio breathing exercises. Then finally you have to cool down also. Then you do anulom vilom, which is you inhale from one nostril, hold it in the middle, and exhale from the other. So put your three fingers on top of your forehead, and sorry, two fingers on the forehead, thumb on your right nostril. Start from the left nostril, breathe in, count till 10, hold in between for 10, and then exhale for 10. Okay, so let's do it together. Inhale, hold, then exhale, and inhale back, hold, exhale. Okay, so I think these are the ones which I wanted to talk. I wanted to show you first. I'll create specific videos so that you don't have to, because this might not be come out very clear. So I'll create some, I think I've created, and I'll try to do a slightly professional video because this might look very raw. So I think that's the breathing. So hope this is helpful. If you still have any doubts, we can have another session, or you can have one-on-one. Okay.
Coach Mo, like how for the beginners, right? Like I think you're showing like a lot of breaths. I think maybe beginners, like how many is better to start, like
Start with 10,
better
15,
number.
whatever you can
10.
do. 10, 15.
Okay.
I recommended is 50, but don't worry about the speed. Okay, just go with the
Okay.
10.
Yeah, when I tried, right, it's like I'm getting like headache kind of thing. Like it's not used
So
to, right? And
that's
yeah.
that's why I don't know how's your built, but if you're like slightly fat and plump, so I think then it will take more time to get used to it. So don't rush it. Go slow. And the other thing is your shoulder should not move. Only this, because when you start, normally when you're a beginner, your whole body will be shaking like when you do. So shoulder should be stationary. Only the stomach should be in and out, going in and out. So I'll post the video now because I have shown this because I just wanted to make sure that you guys understand before I start releasing it. Okay. Okay. Anything else about the breathing?
Coach, this is Dimple. I have a question. Towards the end of your miles, let's say my heart rate is approaching 170. Would you recommend me to stop or to walk? Because walk will not bring down bring down to the level that I am hoping, like 140. What would you suggest that I do?
So what stage, like 0.80 or 0.70, 0.90, where do you see it's touching 170?
No, this is towards, let's say I have a 6-mile run, then it could be like around, 4th mile se upar chale jata hai, like.
So आप जो each and every mile, do you stagger the run or do you like bank the run, or you just keep running continuously?
I run by effort, but this summer it has been a totally different story for me this season. I do have an injury that I am recovering from, but I do have to stop. This summer the humidity is so much so that my body requires me to stop a bit. Yeah.
So for your condition or anybody else who's having this, I would suggest that start banking your runs. So I think I've sent a slight write-up also on that. Go 0.85 miles, like 85% of your 1 mile, and after that walk. And so what it does is, like, it doesn't accumulate all the way, like 4th mile pay it'll go, otherwise it'll go like crazy because you're continuously running. So if you keep a little bit gap, so 0.85 ka 0.15 walk karo, and then also for the next mile also just 0.5 mile walk and then start running. So you will see tremendous difference, because what happens is your heart rate, it calms down, and again you start from the beginning. So mine also, like if I run 4 miles continuously, the heart rate will go up to 140, 145. But if I start banking them, so every mile it will go up to 130 and all, and when I start walking it goes to 110 and all. So try that. That should help.
But the problem with me, coach, is I know some people have really a fast walking pace as well, but my walking pace is not fast. Like it's like 23, 25. और फिर जब तक मैं उसको 15 तक लेके आने की कोशिश करती हूँ ना, तब तक की तो मेरी बैंड ही बज जाती है. Like in the sense, like, I really have to chase to get to 50.
So I think try this breathing. Breathing will help. Breathing में आप देखना, okay, all of you try this, because when you breathe with this, your heart rate goes to 153 or 150. Mine is like very controlled heart rate. My resting is about 55 to 60. So if I start with this watch, and non-running is my about 90 to 100. So, but when you start with this, it can go up to 150. So see that, do it an experiment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So
Thanks, coach.
Okay, I think the other thing was about the knees. I think you do the squats for that, and use some in the gym. There are some knee training equipment. So there are videos already on my YouTube channel. I'll send specific videos for how to do the squats right. I think there are some short videos on that. What is the right way of doing it? So the best thing is when you bend, when you go down, your knees should not go beyond your toes. I think that's the one. So let me find out those, and I'll post that links for those. So that will help. Shweta, I think it was your question. So what we can do is, otherwise if it doesn't help, then I will host a class, but I need some participation, because it's very disheartening when I don't get any thumbs up, because I don't want to be myself running the class. So if I send a message, please respond to that. So that makes me better, makes me better to do those things, because it's very difficult to find time, and if there is not much participation, then it doesn't really worth it, I would say. Even though I want to help, but I want people to take it seriously. And if you haven't signed up in that tracker, I want you to do that also. Please take some time and encourage your friends also to do that, because that is the only way we can measure where we started and where we have come along.
So Muninder, first of all, I think thanks for showing all the breathing techniques. Awesome. You felt like you were beating Baba Ram there.
अरे नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं मेरी it's मेरी अपनी conditions थी, so I just try to find my way through. So that's why I say find your why. अगर आपको पता चलेगा क्यों कर रहे हो, तो everything will fall in place, guys. This is for mantra, this is for everybody, so you need to be finding out. But thank you, Raman, thanks for the kind words.
May I ask you something, a question which is not on this topic, if that's okay? It's because looks like you have a lot of experience and Anand has a lot of experience. So when we talk about water bottles, right? So how many you should carry? One for dumping, one for electrolytes? Is that what you recommend, these two?
So let me start, and I'll ask Anand also to pitch in. I'm a sweater. I sweat a lot. So मैंने तो एक backpack खरीद रखा है. So I fill that for drinking, and for dumping I take water bottles. Or people, they mow the lawns. They water the lawns. So I take a cap with me, take that and wet it and put it on me. So I liberally use people's yards for that. But if not, then at least carry a simple regular जो पानी की bottle होती है ना, Polar Spring or whatever that. Just take that and that for dumping. Dumping is like wasteful water. You don't have to carry the drinking water for that. But if there's nothing, then you can use that. Okay.
Excellent. Any specific electrolytes you recommend?
I don't really go for these vitamins and all. That's again me. So please don't. I am very much onto the naturopathy. Coconut water is the only thing which I trust. वो जो मिलता है ना Costco में, pure coconut water, coconut drink जो होता है. That's one.
Awesome.
And this juice, I'll send the recipe which I make on my own. So this is all sorts of greens and all fresh vegetables, colorful vegetables. So that's what is my electrolyte.
Okay.
So what I normally do is
which are available there in the thing. So I will send the links for that also. Yeah, Anand, go ahead.
Yeah, no, what I was saying is what I normally do is have a non-water or electrolyte before the race. I mean, if it's a big race, right? If it's 10 plus miles, right? Not like 5-6 miles, but if it's 10 plus miles, then have a electrolyte before the run, and then during the run have sports drink.
Yep.
Now that could be like Gatorade or low sugar, whatever that gives you everything, right? That gives you all electrolytes and vitamins and all those things, right? Now, having said that, when you run a professional race, right? When you're actually running a race, a lot of these good races do serve electrolytes over there, right? So you got to keep that in mind. But that is what I normally do. And second thing is, I think Coach Mo mentioned about something about the backpacker. I think backpack for the water. So the only thing is, just get used to it if you are going to use it, because it's you must have seen a lot of posts in the group saying, I'm trying this backpack, but the water keeps shifting, and that's very inconvenient and all.
Yeah. So I think the problem is I have put a video also how to get the water air out of that. Until you create a vacuum in the backpack after filling the water, वो छल की आवाज आती है, तो that is very painful. दिमाग में घुसती है. So, and in the big races, they don't allow the backpack. So I think that's another problem. So they serve you water. So I think it's only for training purposes you should use backpack, because I don't want anybody to faint or run in the sun and collapse. So I think I drink a lot of water, so मेरे लिए तो बहुत it's lifesaver. But again, it depends on person to person.
Correct.
Okay, then I think that was good session. I'm looking forward to having another session in 2 weeks or around that, and we'll and that time I think I'll see if you guys have been able to make some progress. And in between, you can always ping me. Okay.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay then. Thank you very much. Bye now. Have a
Thank you,
nice day.
Coach.
Yeah, thank you
you,
for your
Coach.
time. Yeah.
Thank you
Bye.
so much.